Hey guys, I am a mess at the moment. uh this blank brought to you by me being a mess. So I'm just not going to work today. I mean, I'm going to work today, but in a different format that's isolatable so that if it's garbage, people can just skip over it. But my sleeping's been fucked up and it's been weird, and I'm supposed to record Outer Worlds today, not Outer Wilds. And I don't want to fuck that up and have like 3 episodes of shitty content as a result of me being in a bad state today or whatever, and whatever this is. I've just been, like, last night in particular, I was just like laying there in bed not sleeping, and then I was like, all right, well then we'll try the medication that helps with sleeping, and that didn't help. And then I'm just sitting there reading half of an entire book, and I'm like, there's like hours of laying there, and then hours of trying to read, and then hours of back and forth, and it's like, why isn't any of these things leading to sleep? I kind of need to be able to sleep so I can be alert when I do my job, so that I can do my job where I can, be all zippy and snappy and also be paying attention to what's happening in the game, and so on. And I just don't want to make 3 really shitty episodes of Outer Worlds today. So instead, we're gonna take 3 days off of Outer Worlds because I'm not gonna get any work done today. And I'm just gonna stream Death Stranding, just kind of hanging out. So if you feel like coming to the Death Stranding stream, it'll be a different vibe. I'm gonna be low energy. I might go for a few hours, or might go all day. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just gotta live with my day at this point. I don't really have other plans to do necessarily right now. But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to complete Death Stranding, like get the platinum trophy, so you guys can take a look at where I am at that at the moment in my free time. And I'll be like taking questions and talking to people and kind of hanging out. But I just didn't want to make 3 shitty episodes of Outer Worlds today, which is the thing that's on the schedule right now. So there will not be Outer Worlds on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, because that's a day's worth of videos out the window. I think that's just the reasonable thing to do at this point. In some cases, I would just eat the loss and be like, I'll take a day off, but I'll just have to work harder in other parts of the week or whatever. But I'm down to the wire on Outer Worlds, partly because I smelled blood in the water with Zelda, and I'm like, oh, the ending's coming. So I really hunkered down and finished Zelda. So that's recorded for like the next couple of weeks. But Outer Worlds is very much not. And so that's just the issue. I don't want to like sit there and like listen to a bunch of dialogue and then realize at the end, oh shit, I didn't absorb any of that because I'm tired. Like, there's always the risk of not taking in all the information in front of you because you're doing Let's Plays, and also you're a human with a shitty meat brain that's flawed and all that. But I don't want to actively exasperate the issue. So it just seems like the sensible thing to do. Well, feel free to come by the stream and we'll just be hanging out. There might be long silences or just me taking a break to get food or whatever. It's going to be like an incredibly low energy, different kind of stream. And I'll probably put the video up in like a day or 2 or something. I might put it up on Sunday, because Saturday would be our D&D stream. My hope is that I'll just get right back on my sleep schedule tonight, and then tomorrow everything will be normal again, and so on and so on and so on. I don't know. Just the rigmarole of having a daily recording schedule is that if you don't sleep properly or don't feel right or whatever, you kind of just can't do your job. Like, it's hard to explain to some people, but like, because like a lot of people are like, whatever, I was tired and I went to work anyway and stuff like that. And I get it, because there's other jobs where you just have to deal with being tired and working and all that. But even though like in some ways my job is easier and stuff like that, like the act of being shitty at your job has like different ramifications for me in a weird way. Like when I worked in a cubicle, I would just go work in my cubicle, and if I was having a shitty day or I was unproductive or I was tired or whatever, then that was whatever. But I'm making like video content for hours a day that people are supposed to enjoy, so I don't really want to like actively sabotage that. And that's kind of the difference, is that if I'm not in the right mental state or whatever on a given day, everyone has to just pay for that. Like everyone else in the audience suffers for that. So it's a bit of a different thing. So like I get the thing where people are like, well, I had to go to work when I'm tired and stuff, but it's a kind of apples and oranges in certain ways. Or like I could just force myself to do these things when I'm all like strung out feeling, but that's just counterproductive, I think, for everybody. So I'm gonna hang out and play Death Stranding. And part of the trap here is I've already had coffee, because I was like, okay, maybe coffee will fix it. It didn't fix it. I am not like shaking off the dregs of the sleeping medication that eventually did work, but not for very long. I'm just... Nope, now I'm just tired and caffeinated, so I can't go to sleep. But I was already failing at sleep anyway, so that's just not gonna... I don't know. Maybe tonight I'll go on like a nice long run to really just force myself to get back to sleep. It's weird. This doesn't normally happen. I had a disruption in my sleep schedule though that happened for artificial reasons, and this might be the rippling effect from that. Because I had to wake up early to take somebody to the hospital, and I was like, that's cool. I'll go to sleep 1 hour earlier each day, and then wake up 1 hour earlier each day, and I'll just rotate my sleep schedule, which kept drifting a little later and later each day. It's gonna like rotate a little earlier until I'm like ready. And then when the night came to actually go to sleep at the correct time, to wake up at the correct time to take the person to the hospital, because they're on meds and they can't go to the hospital themselves because they can't drive. I just fucking just didn't sleep. I'm like, oh, cool. Which is the thing that happens with me, is I get like in my own head about the pressure of how much I need to go to sleep so I can fit my schedule of this thing where I have to wake up at this time. And that's the exact thing that's counterproductive to me being able to sleep when I want to go to sleep, is that I'll end up like sitting there like not sleeping because I'm thinking about how much I need to go to sleep, which is a bad thought spiral for me that is not effective. So I was a zombie, but I drove them to the hospital. They had their appointment, and then we drove back. And then I went back to sleep for like 2 hours, which I thought would fix it, but I think I'd been awake for too long, so it wasn't the same thing as like when you it wasn't the same thing as like when you normally like are like you wake up in the morning or whatever and you're like, no, I'm not ready yet, I need 2 more hours or whatever, and you just go right back to sleep. I think because I'd been awake and moving around for like 2 hours, then I went back to sleep. It wasn't the same thing as actually adding to my night sleep. So it was like taking a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day, so I was really groggy and shitty for like the next 2 hours after the nap. And then the following night I just couldn't sleep for hours and hours, and I think it's because like my entire sleep schedule just got completely screwed up in a way that I apparently am bad at fixing. But I think it just dealing with being tired all day today, by the end I should finally be able to sleep correctly at the end of that or something. I don't know. This video is too long already. I shouldn't. This is why people script things. I'm also going to take this week off on the Patreon Q&A. I know I should have said that at the beginning so people would be more likely to notice that, but no Patreon Q&A this week because that's also a thing that I was supposed to do today, and I mean, I'll be playing Death Stranding, and I'll be playing it live, and the people will be there, and I'll probably answer questions in chat, so it's like a Q&A, kind of, but not the same. I don't know. See you guys next time. Few days off of Disco Elysium. Everything else should continue as normal, I think. That's just how it goes. Sorry if it feels unfair to a particular thing. Sometimes, because it's the hour-long playthrough, it's kind of convenient sometimes to take a few days off of the RPG at a given time, just because it has the shortest duration. Because normally, I record 6 videos in a given day for normal playthroughs, or three videos of the RPG, because I do like 3 hours of overall content per day, not counting co-op. Not counting multiplayer, not counting Stephanie, not counting the Patreon Q&A, not counting the D&D series, but, you know, the main core videos. So it's kind of a quick blip when it's only, like, gone for 3 days, as opposed to being gone, like, for a while. I don't know, this is like a counterproductively long video. I'm just gonna upload this. See ya.